There has been an effort in considering to impeach Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax over sexual assault allegations. He denies the charges, and there is no obvious way to commission an investigation. And I don't know how to describe this, but on the other side, Governor Ralph Northam and Attorney General Mark R. Herron were under fire for their racist incidents from their past, but have not been accused of crimes that will rise to the level of impeachment. So the question is, do you think Fairfax should resign, get impeached, or should stay, depending on if there's enough evidence to prove that he did commit allegations against the two women? It's two women that are accusing Fairfax of this.
My opinion is, I feel like we need to draw a line on what we allow to incriminate people. Mm-hmm. If it's just, opinion-based things or, witness testimonies, is that what we're going to allow to incriminate someone? So pick that line and stick to it. It shouldn't be, for one case, opinions don't matter, in another case, that it does matter. So I believe that if him in his heart knows that he did those things to those women, then he should step down. But we all know that, he probably won't if he did, regardless of what happens. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mm-hmm. I hope that, I don't know, I can't really say what happened because I wasn't in that situation. Mm-hmm. But let's just hope that justice comes to the light. I'm not saying the women lie. I'm not saying he's lying. I just would hope justice is heard.
Yeah.
Because, it's always a sensitive topic, especially when it starts getting involved into the political aspects of stuff. But I mean, I'm going to read off of this card real quick. One of the women said, "I'm going to enjoy tearing you down just as much as you enjoy tearing me down. Hang on tight because you're in for a ride." Mm-hmm. So you see,
sounds vengeful, right?
Sounds very vengeful, but we don't know, is it true, is it not? But this quote can be taken as like a threat, being like, hey, I'm gonna definitely take you down.
Yeah. Now, is that the first woman you're quoting, or is it the second woman?
It doesn't say on this one.
Well, because what I have here in front of me is that the second woman that's accusing Fairfax had claimed and alleged that Fairfax had raped her in college and was accused of harassment, and her name was, I believe, Meredith Watson in 2008. So if the evidence has been proven to be true, then I don't know where we could go from here, because it's like when you have to look at other people who have been impeached or have been removed out of office because of the acts that they did when they weren't supposed to do that, or that was brought back from the past. I'm like,
it's a sensitive topic, like you said before. Where do you draw that line? As in, he did it in the past. However, you might have done it in the past, but did you pay any repercussions? Did anything happen to you? Did you pay for your actions? Mm-hmm. If not, then there has to be a time. You don't just get to do whatever you want to a woman, and then because you got to slide by in the past, in the 90s or whatever, that you don't get to face repercussions. And this could be his karma coming back to him.
Yeah.
But my advice is, I can't speak for a woman who has been sexually assaulted. I do believe that the sooner you speak up, you won't face as much backlash from the public, because the public will always have to say, why did you wait so long? Why did you do this? So they get that type of heat that they don't really deserve. Because if you were raped, I understand that sometimes you're not going to want to come off the rip and just say, I got touched. You're very sensitive in that moment. You don't want to, put that in the light. So I understand why you might want to hold off, but for the sake of your, protection and things like that, it's probably best if you just, as soon as something like that happens, you get it out there. It might hurt, but it's for the better for yourself in the future.
Yeah, especially since, it always looks suspicious whenever people, someone starts running for, a political seating, and then suddenly, during middle of the campaign, someone comes out, hey, that guy raped me.
Yeah.
Or, hey, he assaulted me. It just doesn't look favorable to begin with in your end. And, that's why it's always good to always come out with it as soon as you possibly can, because it'll protect yourself, because it'll be known beforehand, and you know, you won't face backlash. Like he said, you won't face backlash from the public.
Right. And you know what's another thing interesting, that ever since those allegations that came out, they're like about few staff members under Fairfax that resigned over the sexual allegations. Because it's like, I don't know if they're women or if they're like men, or if they're both a mix of man and woman that resigned because of this. I mean, I don't know if there's a reason why they resigned, because they feel like if women that are accusing Fairfax of this, that it could affect them as well. I don't know where to
Yeah,
sit.
you don't want, honestly, something like that heavy comes along, I wouldn't want to be associated either. You never know what you're going to want to do in the future. And then say it comes out and they find evidence and they, you know, they try him or whatever, and he has to step down and stuff like that. And you're a part of that. That stays with you for your entire political career. So later down the line, oh, I don't like this guy because he's associated with a man who was a rapist. So that tarnishes you. So them stepping down is probably the best move for their careers and their future. I wouldn't want to be associated with him either, even if he did it or not, because that's just a bad look.
So you wouldn't want to deal with Fairfax at all?
No.
Or-
If women have the audacity to come out and say you touched them inappropriately, you raped them, it kind of puts that second thought in my head. You know, maybe if you had correct characteristics that made me say, you know what, that's impossible. You
Characteristics, right?
Yeah. If it, no, not for him.
What do you think, Tati?
He's right. I wouldn't want to be associated with, you know, someone that potentially assaulted or raped someone.
Sure.
Because, you know, why would you want to tarnish your potential career for being in association? Because you may not have known it, and it could be like, oh, I didn't know you did that. You know, you still have association. But if you were to leave right then and there, be like, oh, he did that, I'm not with him anymore. It doesn't look as bad on your record.
Right. And
Right, because people are always going to say, you know what, you're lying. Just like he lied, you're lying, talking about you didn't know. You probably didn't know.
Or
Well-
protecting him.
Yeah.
Well, look, if he did this crime, we won't know until the evidence has been proven, and then I could make a decision whether if I want to stay on his side, in other words, where he didn't do the crime. But if he did do the crime, then I'll have to go in the opposite and like step away and not be associated with him anymore because of what he did back years and years ago.
Right. And
That they're bringing it up right now, today. So, let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best.
Funny
here.
thing is that the law isn't really gonna. It can tell you what happened, and you know.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Finish your thought. We got to go
Yeah.
here.
Okay, I just feel like the law doesn't always protect the truth. It protects, you know, other things besides the truth. So he might get off, but it might not be true. He might get, you know, tried, and he was telling the truth. So you gotta be careful with the law. It's not the last say. You know?
Right. Everyone, let's just cross our fingers. Hope for the best. Who
Might cross
knows?
with you.
Who knows what can happen? Okay.